Today's topic is what is malware, what are the basic components of malware, what is fileless malware and how does malware gets into device. Malware full form is malicious software and it is a program or code that is intentionally written to harm, destroy, exfiltrate or exploit the computer systems or devices or computer network. It depends upon the target of the attackers. Examples of malware are viruses, worms, trojans, spyware and ransomware. Malware can infect the device using multiple ways. One is instant messaging app just such as WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Telegram, Skype etc. And another is internet relay chat, that is IRC. It is used during online gaming or while transferring the files online. IRC is a network of internet servers that uses a specific protocols using which individuals can hold real-time online conversations via computers or other devices. Many botnets also utilize IRC to communicate with bot-infected machines. Its examples are MIRC, XChat and IRSSI. Whenever you are using online gaming, you are playing with multiple players. So whenever you communicate with those players within your group, that time IRC is the messaging app which is used by the online gaming apps. Another method is to spread the malware is using the infected removable devices. This technique typically involves copying files or modifying the existing files which are stored on the media. Suppose a device is infected and wherever you will plug in, it will infect the other device, plus infection can spread over the entire computer network. Next method is links and attachments in the email. There are two ways malware can compromise your email protection. First, they can disguise themselves as a website link, malicious website link, and as you click on a malicious link, you can end up opening an infected website which will install a virus into your device. Most devices, viruses, Trojan horses and worms are activated whenever you open an infected malicious link into an email message. And if you are from a corporate, and in the corporate people do use email clients such as Thunderbird or Outlook, it allows scripting. Then it is possible to get a virus just simply by opening an email message. Another method is using the malicious attachment in the mail. It can be in the form of PDF, PPT etc. Next popular method is using freewares. People do install freeware softwares for multiple reasons. Sometimes these are wonderful programs and free from infection, but many times it has been seen that edit software packaged are in it. So in sometimes say malicious software, malware, adware, spyware or even browser hijackers are disguised as legitimate software, and these softwares do spread via freeware download. And malware can spread through browsers also. Suppose somebody has opened up one website which is infected, or there is some script running behind it as somebody is clicking on the URL and open the website. So malware do get installed. There are many phishing scams also, like attackers use many fake websites to trick users to enter their personal information. They can lure the people like using that they are offering loans at a low interest rate, or they are giving some good opportunity for employment, and people do give the personal information, and as they give the personal information, attackers use that personal information for identity theft. Now we talk about the basic components of malware. First one is crypter. Crypter is a software that disguises malware as a legitimate product. It can do it, it can hide it using encryption or obfuscation and make it harder to detect by security programs. It can be used by cybercriminals or attackers to create malware that can bypass security programs by presenting itself as a harmless program until it gets installed, and it encrypts the original binary code of the executable file. Next component of the malware is downloader. Downloader is also a software and type of Trojan that downloads malware from the internet onto the device to carry on exploitation process. Usually, attackers install downloader software when they first gain access to a system. Malware is comprised of multiple components, and into this series third component is dropper. This is also a software. It covertly install other malware onto the system either from the malware package or internet. Attackers embed malware files inside droppers which can perform the installation task covertly. Next is the exploit. It is also the malicious code, and it breaches the device security via software bug or flaw to access information or install malware. Next component is injector. It is a software program that injects its code into other vulnerable running processes and changes the way of execution to hide or prevent its removal. Then comes obfuscator. This is also a software program. It conceals its code and intended purpose via various techniques, thus making it hard for security mechanism to detect or even to remove it. Next comes the package. It is also a software that allows to bundle all files together into one single executable or say exe file and compress these to bypass security software detection. Then comes payload. It is also a software that allows to control a computer system or to execute an attack once it has been exploited. Next is the malicious code. It is a command that defines malware basic functionalities. It depends upon the objective of the attackers, whatever they want the malware to do, whether it is stealing data or they want to create a backdoor. And nowadays malwares have installed and we call them as fileless malware. They do not contain any file. It runs only in the memory. They don't write any file to the disk. Rather, they utilizes the processes which is running in the background. It may be operating system processes or other processes which do run in the background, and they may change the registry value or can modify the registry value. So, they are using the tools for installation and execution, thus circumventing the security programs and applications. So, this is all about the basics of malware, basic components, how do they spread. And as I announced in the last video that we are starting some online batches. So, we have started receiving the applications. If you are willing to join any course on cybersecurity or forensics, you may write email at cyberpathshala@gmail.com. I will give the email ID in the description box also.